I'm Erica Campbell. The Clark sisters are pioneers of the contemporary gospel music. They are the highest selling female gospel group in history. They are natives of Detroit, Michigan, and we got 3 of the 4 with us today. Dorinda Clark Cole, Karen Clark Sheard, and Twinkie Clark. Jackie couldn't be with us this morning, but thank you guys so much for joining us today. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for having us. Good morning. And Rip.
It is our pleasure. Our pleasure. Later this hour, we will have a world premiere of your brand new song, Victory, and I cannot wait to feature it. But let me ask, before we jump into this, let's talk about the biopic, You Brought the Sunshine. Karen, how did you feel when you first got the word that there was going to be a movie made about you?
Oh, I just felt like, wow. People know us of singing, but they really need to know how we got to where we are, the triumphs that we have and the trials. So I just looked at it as very excited because I looked at it as pretty much telling a testimony of our lives, because people need to know that it's not always, sugar and cream, but every now and then it becomes bitter. But you don't become bitter with God. You appreciate God. Yes.
I love it. I love it. And so, Miss Twinkie, tell us, what was it like making this movie? How did you guys feel during the process?
It was very exciting, as Karen said, to think back on where we come from, how we got started. In the movie, my dad was the pastor of a church, and my mom was the choir director. So it all started then. She had us singing in the choir, and then later on she started teaching us as a group. And it was just exciting to know that our beginnings were of the church. And then from there, the Lord began to open doors through the recording business. And Mom started working with us, teaching us and training us. And then doors began to open for us to sing on radio. And then from there, we started recording. And then on, things began to happen. And the ministry just went up.
I love it. I love it. Listen, and we have enjoyed every bit of it. Dorinda, tell us, what do you guys think of the people that are playing you? I know one of them is your niece, Kiara Sheard, but let's talk about how did you guys feel? Do you think they did a good job?
They did a fantastic job. Matter of fact, the first time that we had saw them, when we went to, go see how everything was going, it was just amazing to see that how they acted just like us. I mean, and we kept looking at each other saying, wow, it's amazing how y'all got us so down packed. How did y'all know we would say something like that,
Wow.
And see, the whole story of the Clark sisters is actually our story. We actually gave it to the writers, and the writers kind of, listened to each one of us and got us got us down packed. It was amazing to see that. So it brought tears to our eyes to see us when we first saw them, and we saw them with the clothes like we would wear, and it was amazing. I tell you, it was breathtaking, and I'm just so grateful that God has allowed our story to come out so that everybody can see. Like Twinkie said, people know our story, but they don't know the glory that God has allowed us to actually witness and to walk into now.
Wow. Right. Well, we are honored to have you guys on. Can y'all stick around just a little bit longer? I got more questions. We got to play this song, and the fans have questions. So can we have y'all a little while longer?
You can. Yes.
Absolutely awesome. We are talking to the legendary Dorinda Clark Cole, Karen Clark Sheard, and Twinkie Clark, the legendary Clark sisters. Griff, you all right?
Man, this is surreal. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm kind of fanning out. I ain't gonna lie.
I love it. We'll be back with more Clark sisters in just a minute on Get Up Mornings. Get Up Mornings. Loving Jesus and loving you. That's what we do all morning long. Heard it here first. That was our exclusive world premiere of the brand new song from the legendary Clark sisters. It's called Victory on Get Up Mornings. I'm Erica Campbell, and here with me today are Dorinda Clark Cole, Karen Clark Sheard, and Twinkie Clark. Just releasing a brand new song. Oh my God. Okay, Griff has a question for you.
Karen, you and your son Jay Drew Sheard wrote Victory. What inspired you guys to get back in the studio and record that new music?
Well, I think the inspirational side of it was we haven't done anything in a long time. It's been at least a good, I think, 7 or 8 years since we made a CD.
Wow,
So,
since Blessed and Highly, since living my best life, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
So it's been a minute, and of course we were reached out to and inquiring about us doing a new CD, and of course we thank God for the producers that like the Donald Lawrence and all of the others. But this was something different to include my son Jay Drew, who produced it, and just to see how God has just passed down the gift, and to give us that current sound as well, blending in with, he always made sure that we would keep the Clark sister sound.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
That the inspiration behind it was having the sister. God has really, really spared our lives, and we're alive and well to be able to keep. We thought one last time was going to be the last time, but God said something different. And
Come on, Jesus.
He opened those doors for us to keep going. So that's pretty much the inspiration behind it.
We love it. We love it. The single will be available for download on November the 15th, which is also Twinkie and Karen's birthday. Y'all share a birthday?
Yes, we do. He's older than me. Of course, I'm the youngest.
Shoot that in real quick.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. So, all right, one of the fans have a question for y'all. Are you guys going on tour anytime soon?
I think after the movie comes out that we'll be doing a string of dates. I don't think it'll be a world tour, but I know we'll be going on a string of dates that we're already preparing for.
I love it.
And we'll be doing some television and
Nice.
some videos. So the movie is going to have a lot to do as far as whether or not we'll do a tour, but we could tell by the dates that are coming in, especially the last date we did with Tyler Perry's event, which was awesome. And
Wow.
Absolutely wonderful.
Wow. You guys are still very, very much necessary. We are not placating to you. You guys are necessary. Your voices are still amazing. Your anointing is ever present. And there's so many young women like me and my sister who have aspired to do what you do. We've watched you. And you know what? You guys serve a lot still in your local church, which is an amazing example. You guys are very active in the church. Dorinda, can you talk about being active in the ministry?
It is
serving in church,
important. Yeah, it is so important to make sure that you have a home base. Any artist that is actually carrying the gospel through song, it is important that you have a home base because that's how we're inspired to do what we do. I'm still the administrator of our church, one of the administrators of our church of Greater Emmanuel. I've got to give a shout out to our Bishop J. Drew Shear, who keeps all of us go to the same church, Erica.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, we are all, and we're very active in our church. If we're not there, Bishop would, say, well, where's your sister? Where's your sister?
Yeah.
So, he's making sure that we are definitely, because it's important that we continue to have God in our lives, to be able to sing the songs of Zion and to really be able to let somebody know that Jesus Christ is the way. So
that's right.
It's a blessing to be connected. We pay our tithes. We go to Bible study. And people see that. They come to our church and they say, oh, they're in their seats. They're really here. So it's a blessing. And, of course, sitting next to First Lady is a joy. And we do. We all sit together. Of course, Twinkie, she's over there where the mother's board. No, I'm just kidding. She comes with a little cane, and she is very active in church as well.
I love it.
Sometimes they'll ask her to play the organ or something like that. But, it's just important. And if we're not there, we know Mattie Clark is coming to our houses.
Wow.
Right?
Listen, y'all hear that, y'all listeners? You hear that they are still active in ministry, legends, and still serving. I still make it to Sunday service. I still go to choir rehearsal, to all the meetings and all that. And I believe that's why you guys are so blessed, because you've been so faithful, and we serve a faithful God who honors that dedication. I love you guys so very much.
You.
We love you.
We love
Absolutely
you too.
Awesome. This song drops November the 15th. It's called Victory. Make sure you pick it up.